The Blood Angels are ruled over by Commander Dante, Lord of the Host and bringer of Sanguinius's light. Dante is truly a legend, for his deeds span many long centuries. He is thought by many to be the oldest living space marine. Even Captain Lysander of the Imperial Fists, who was lost in the eddies and tides of the warp for 1,000 years, cannot recall a time when Dante did not reign supreme over the Blood Angels. None can deny the scope of Dante's campaign experience. He has fought battles uncounted, orchestrated innumerable major campaigns, and seized bloody victory on worlds as far-flung as Ultima Macaria and star-swept Jonol. It is said that no man has visited as many of the Imperium's million worlds as Dante, and he has come to each in full raiment of war, at the head of a glorious and vengeful host. There are former worlds of the Imperium, now lost to the darkness of the void or the ravages of the foe, that only Dante remembers. He alone of all living warriors survives to mourn and avenge them. To his fellow chapter masters, Dante is an exemplar of the fearlessness, dedication, and strategic genius that speak to the heart of the Space Marine's never-ending mission. To the hard-pressed generals and marshals of the Imperial Guard, he is a thrice-welcomed and honored ally in the forefront of mankind's defense. To the common soldiers and citizens of the Imperium, Dante is nothing less than a savior, a golden god who descends from the heavens on wings of fire. So long now has Dante lived that his exploits have passed into myth. It is now impossible to say how many orc heads Dante cleaved at the liberation of Canao, for the tally grows greater each time the story is recounted. Did Dante truly defeat the bloodthirster Scarbrand before the gates of Pandemonium? Did he really face the Night Lord warband of Ghoul Ascol alone, killing each of his 13 would-be assassins single-handed and without the benefits of his armor or weapons? Only Dante himself can say with certainty. Yet he speaks not on such events, no matter how much the exaggerated nature of such tales must rankle with his warrior pride. The Imperium needs heroes, needs hope in these dark times, and the commander of the Blood Angels keeps his peace so he may do his part to prevent mankind from losing heart. Yet for all his success, or perhaps because of it, Dante has grown weary of his labors. He has lived far longer than he should, and the burden of centuries grows ever weightier. Only one thing prevents Dante succumbing to ennui. Recorded in the scrolls of Sanguinius are the Primarch's visions of a great battle to overshadow all others, where one golden warrior will stand between his emperor and the darkness. For many generations of the Blood Angels, these prophecies were read as Sanguinius's foreknowledge of his own fate, yet through some instinct, possibly a lingering trace of his Primarch's fabled far-seeing eye, Dante believes otherwise. He has always known that one day the defense of the emperor would rest in his hands, and he would have to be ready for that greatest of duties. Now it seems to the Lord of the Blood Angels that perhaps that time has come. Commander Dante never expected to see his chapter's final days, yet he faced them unbowed. He never expected to see a Primarch returned, yet he knelt before Robut Guilliman with thankful hearts. When Guilliman named Dante as his regent of the Imperium Nihilus, the Lord of Baal felt the hand of fate land heavy upon his shoulder. With the fury of the great rift unleashed, a darkness looms more terrible than any in the Imperium's history. The Blood Angels now stand before that darkness with the throne of terror at their backs, and will have to fight like never before. Coupled with the revitalizing purpose of this new duty is the fresh hope brought by the Primaris Space Marines, the possibility that perhaps the sons of Sanguinius will not burn out like a guttering candle. It is said amongst the Blood Angels that Commander Dante has never stood taller, even as he does so in the face of such terrible adversity. The regent of the Imperium Nihilus has sworn to purge his dark new realm of the taint of chaos, even should it take another 1,000 years and more. After all, it is amidst the darkest night that such golden angels shine the brightest. As befits the master of so august a Space Marine chapter, Commander Dante bears ancient and powerful relics into battle. These magnificently crafted artifacts encapsulate the storied history of the Blood Angels. They also render Dante all the more deadly in combat. The Ax Mortalis was crafted by the famed chapter artificer Matriculus in the days following the Horus heresy. Deeply affected by the death of Sanguinius and the betrayal of the traitor legions, he sought to fashion a weapon that could slay the debased warlords of the heretic Astartes like the dogs they were. The result of his labors was the Ax Mortalis, a weapon that crackles with barely suppressed killing power and can scythe through even the thickest ceramite and plasteel like a sharp knife through silk. Perfectly balanced, and said to bear the death curse of Sanguinius upon its skull-wrought haft, the Axe Mortalis became the ritual weapon of the Blood Angels chapter master, and has reaped countless heretic lives. Dante also wears the death mask of Sanguinius, a grim relic moulded to the Primarch's noble features. The mask radiates Sanguinius's anger and disgust at Horus's betrayal, emitting waves of such potent hatred that enemies are paralyzed or put to flight by its hollow, accusing stare. When Commander Dante enters battle, the power of the death mask of Sanguinius swells, and the visage itself seems almost to become invested with ghostly life. When Dante screams a battle cry, so too does the helm he wears, while its glower of hatred for traitors and heretics becomes Dante's own.